Cardiologist warns, these 6 medications can trigger a heart attack after 60. If you are over 60 or know someone who is, then you need to hear this now. Because exactly what I am showing you today is what we doctors see every day in the emergency room. People arrive with heart attacks, suddenly, without warning. And when we look closer, we find many of them took a very specific medication just a few hours before. The shocking part? These medications are considered harmless. Many you can get without a prescription. Others were prescribed to you quite normally, and that is exactly where the danger lies. I am a cardiologist, and after over 20 years in intensive care medicine, I can tell you, not every heart attack starts with poor nutrition or stress. In this video, I will show you the risk. Before we start, an important note. This video is for educational purposes only. Never stop taking medication on your own, but ask questions, because the right question can save your life. Villain number 6. The hidden risk in cold medications. You know this situation very well. You have a cold. Your nose is completely blocked. You can hardly breathe. You go to the pharmacy, take a cold remedy, and suddenly after 20 minutes, it feels like a miracle. You can breathe freely again. But this is exactly where the actual problem begins. Because these medications don't just work in your nose. Substances like pseudoephedrine or phenylephrine have a systemic effect. That means they affect your entire circulation. So what really happens in your body? These substances activate your sympathetic nervous system. They release norepinephrine, a stress hormone. Your body goes into alarm mode. Your heart beats faster. Your blood vessels constrict. Your blood pressure rises. Now imagine the following. Your heart tries to pump blood through vessels that have suddenly become narrower. At the same time, the pressure in the system rises. When you are young, your body can often still compensate for this. But after 60, many people already have small deposits in their arteries. These so-called plaques are often unstable. And this is exactly where it becomes dangerous. The increased pressure can cause such a plaque to tear. Within seconds, a blood clot forms, and this clot can completely block the vessel. Heart attack. And that doesn't happen rarely. Studies show that these medications can significantly increase the risk of heart attack or stroke in the hours following ingestion. In 2023, the FDA came to a clear conclusion. Oral phenylephrine does not work. This means you are exposing your heart to a risk for an effect that isn't even there. What should you do instead? Saline nasal rinses, steam inhalation, humidifiers, antihistamines like loratadine. These options are significantly safer. These options don't put a strain on your heart. And now comes a mistake that many people make. They combine this cold medication with the next substance on our list. And precisely this combination can increase the risk even further. Stay tuned for the next dangerous substance. Villain number 5. The dangerously underestimated painkillers. You wake up with a headache and take ibuprofen. Back pain, diclofenac. Maybe even regularly. For many people, this is completely normal. But what really happens in your body when you swallow these tablets? Your blood vessels possess a natural protective mechanism, a substance called prostacyclin. It ensures that your vessels remain relaxed. It keeps your blood fluid and prevents dangerous clots from forming. But this is exactly where these medications intervene. They block an enzyme called COX-2. And with that, they switch off this protective mechanism. The result is dramatic. A triple effect occurs simultaneously. Your vessels constrict, your blood becomes sticky and forms clots faster, and your heart has to work significantly harder. This combination is extremely dangerous because it creates the perfect conditions for a heart attack. Narrow vessels, clot formation, and an overworked heart. And this is not a theoretical risk. The FDA warned clearly the risk can increase in the very first weeks. Studies show diclofenac up to 70% higher risk. High-dose ibuprofen can more than double the risk. Safer alternatives: paracetamol, metamizole, low-dose aspirin. And now it gets even more disturbing. The next medication is taken daily by millions of people and is considered completely harmless. But that is the biggest mistake. Villain number 4. the harmless stomach medication that slowly changes your heart. Now it gets really dangerous. Because this medication, almost everyone takes it at some point, and many, every single day. Omeprazole, pantoprazole, esomeprazole, the so-called proton pump inhibitors, the stomach protection. Maybe your doctor said, just take it permanently. Maybe you take it because you want to avoid heartburn, or simply out of habit. But this is exactly where the problem begins. Because these drugs don't just work in the stomach, they intervene deeply in your vascular biology. So what really happens in your body? Your blood vessels are not rigid tubes. They are living structures. In the next part, we discover your heart's secret protective shield, nitric oxide, NO. This molecule is like a protective shield for your heart. It ensures that your vessels remain flexible. It ensures that your arteries can expand, inflammation is reduced, and blood flow works optimally. Now comes the critical point. Proton pump inhibitors can disrupt exactly this mechanism. They reduce your body's ability to produce nitric oxide. And what happens then? Your vessels lose their elasticity. They become stiffer. Microscopic inflammation occurs. Plaques grow faster. This doesn't happen suddenly. It happens silently, unnoticed. Over weeks, months, years. In the next part, we discuss the shocking results of a Stanford analysis. See you there. A large analysis from Stanford with nearly 3 million patients showed users of these drugs had an up to 21% increased risk of heart attack. And now comes the truly disturbing part. This risk was even observed in people who were previously considered completely healthy. Another mechanism. These drugs can disrupt the function of the endothelium. The endothelium is the inner protective layer of your vessels. When this layer is damaged, the actual process of atherosclerosis begins. It means you feel nothing, but your risk increases a little bit every day. Your risk increases a little bit every day. In the next part, we discuss the difference between short-term help and the trap of permanent use. It's important to understand the time factor. Short-term use, for example, 7 to 10 days, is in most cases unproblematic and medically useful. The real problem begins with permanent use without control. Taking it for years just to be safe is dangerous, especially if there is no reevaluation by your doctor. The trap often snaps shut slowly. You get used to the pill and forget to look for the causes. This turns an emergency solution into a risky habit. It becomes particularly critical when these drugs are taken together with painkillers. This combination massively increases the stress on your heart. Now we leave the stomach and go into a completely different system. In the next part, we discuss concrete alternatives and the next big player, villain number 3. Villain number 3, the performance pill that puts your heart under permanent stress. Maybe you've seen it yourself, or someone you know takes it. Medications like Ritalin or Vivance. What was once used exclusively for ADHD has today become a tool for performance, for concentration and productivity. But your body pays a price for this, and this price is often underestimated. What happens inside? These drugs massively increase the concentration of dopamine and norepinephrine. This leads to a state of permanent activation. Your body thinks you are in danger. You must react. You must perform. The problem? This state doesn't end. Your heart beats faster, permanently. Your blood pressure remains elevated. In the next part, we'll discuss what this does to your vessels over time. Now imagine this in a person over 60. Vessels that may already be hardened. A heart that no longer reacts as flexibly. And then comes this additional pressure. A large study from 2023 with over 278,000 people showed long-term use increases the risk of cardiovascular disease by up to 27%. Even more alarming, the risk for high blood pressure increases by up to 80%. And now, the most critical moment for people over 66. The risk for hospital admission due to heart problems increased by 40% within the first 30 days. This is an enormous risk. Not just long-term, but also short-term. It can become dangerous. In the final part, we discuss the hidden dangers of supplements and real alternatives. And here's the hidden trap. Many think, I'm not taking anything artificial, just supplements. But many pre-workouts and fat burners contain hidden stimulants. These can trigger heart rhythm disturbances, cause blood pressure to explode, and in the worst case, lead to sudden cardiac death. What is the real alternative? Healthy sleep, stable blood sugar levels, and regular movement. Because real energy comes from a healthy system, not from a pill. Real vitality requires no shortcuts. It is the result of your daily actions. Medical clarification for problems is the first step. Take care of your heart. It's the only motor you have. Thank you for being part of this Master Guide series. Stay healthy. Villain number 2. The miracle drug that attacks your heart from 4 sides at once. We're now moving to one of the most dangerous points on this list. A medication that many people love because it works fast, because it makes pain disappear like a miracle. Cortisone, or more precisely, prednisolone, dexamethasone, and diprospan injections. You might know the feeling, an aching shoulder or a blocked back. A doctor gives you an injection, and a few hours later, the pain is simply gone. It feels like magic. But in your body, a completely different process is happening simultaneously. Corticoids don't just attack your heart in one place, but in several. So what's really happening? First, your blood pressure rises. Cortisone causes your body to retain sodium and water, increasing the pressure in your vessels. Second, your blood sugar shoots up. The medication activates processes that release sugar into the blood, increasing insulin resistance and damaging your vessels. Third, your cholesterol worsens. LDL rises while protective HDL falls, meaning more material for deposits in your arteries. Fourth, your blood becomes thicker. Corticoids promote clotting, significantly increasing the risk of thrombosis and vascular blockages. Now combine it all: high pressure, poor vascular function, more deposits, and higher clotting tendency. This is the perfect environment for a heart attack. The most dangerous part? Many people underestimate the effect. They think it was just one shot. But a single injection can act like weeks of therapy. Your heart is under stress for days or weeks without you noticing. In the next part, we discuss the most controversial one: testosterone. See you there. Villain number 1. The anti-aging hormone that can become a time bomb. This is probably the most emotional topic because many people believe they are improving their health. Testosterone. You've seen it: hormone therapy, anti-aging clinics, gels, or injections. They promise more energy, muscle strength, and a better libido, a younger feeling. And yes, in the short term, it can feel exactly like that. But inside, testosterone can change your blood by increasing the production of red blood cells. Your blood becomes thicker and flows more slowly. Imagine honey trying to flow through a thin pipe. That's exactly how your blood behaves under these conditions. But that's just the beginning. In the next part, we'll discuss how this affects plaques in your arteries and the real risk of a heart attack. See you soon. Now for the next critical point. Testosterone can significantly influence the growth of plaques in your arteries. This often happens completely unnoticed, deep within your system. A scientific study showed a concerning increase in what we call soft plaques. But what makes these particularly dangerous? Unlike calcified deposits, these soft plaques are extremely unstable. You can think of them as a ticking time bomb hidden within your vascular walls, because they can rupture at any time. When that happens, a clot forms instantly, blocking the vessel, and that is exactly what triggers a heart attack. The danger isn't just theoretical. In the next part, I'll show you a real-life patient scenario and what the statistics actually tell us. Stay with me. Imagine a real-life scenario: a patient, over 60, healthy, with good lab results. He starts testosterone not because he needs it, but because he wants to feel better. A few weeks later, it happens: a sudden heart attack. No warning. The problem isn't always the hormone itself, but the wrong indication and lack of control. The statistics are clear. A major study of over 55,000 men showed that in the first 90 days, the risk of a heart attack increased by 36%. For men over 65, the risk actually doubled. It shows us how critical medical supervision and correct dosage really are. Not every therapy is dangerous, but many happen without proper oversight. In the final part, we'll summarize everything and look at safe alternatives. See you in a moment. Let's pause for a moment and summarize. So far, we've seen a long list of medications: cold remedies, painkillers, stomach protection, and stimulants. And we've discussed the massive impact of cortisone and testosterone. Each of these is often used without a second thought, but they all have one thing in common. In different ways, they significantly interfere with your cardiovascular system and put a heavy burden on your heart. That is why it's so critical to understand what you are truly giving your body. Knowledge is your best protection for your health. In the next and final part, I will show you the full summary and, most importantly, safe alternatives that can truly protect your heart. See you there. To summarize, whether it's cold remedies, cortisone, or testosterone, knowledge is your best protection. But what are the safe alternatives for your heart? It starts with the three-legged stool model: nutrition, activity, and recovery. Prioritize high bioavailability protein and hydrate with at least 1.5 to 2 liters daily. Stay active regularly to keep your vessels elastic. Even small daily habits make a massive difference for your cardiovascular system. And never underestimate recovery. Quality sleep naturally regulates your hormones and lowers stress. This is pure regeneration for your heart. Protect your heart by making informed choices and always working with your doctor. Stay healthy, and until next time. Now hold on for a moment and think briefly about what you just saw, because this knowledge can change your decisions for the rest of your life. A heart attack rarely happens just by chance. In many cases, it is the result of small decisions that add up over time. And this is exactly where these 6 medications come into play. Let's summarize everything once more, clearly and without confusion. Number 6, cold medications. They constrict your blood vessels throughout your entire body, not just in the nose. Your blood pressure rises, your heart has to work harder. Your vessels are under stress, and that can become dangerous. In the next part, we'll discuss painkillers and the silent factor. See you there. Welcome back. Let's continue with number 5, NSAID painkillers. They block the natural protection of your vessels. Your blood becomes prone to clots. Your vessels constrict, and your heart is overloaded. This combination is underestimated. Number 4, stomach protection, PPIs. The silent factor. It works slowly and unnoticed but continuously. Your vessels lose flexibility and your risk increases slowly. It's a factor many people miss. Number 3, stimulants for focus and performance. They put your body into a constant state of alarm. Pulse rises, blood pressure goes up, and stress hormones dominate. Your heart works without a break. In the next part, we'll cover cortisone and misused testosterone. See you soon. Number 2, cortisone, the multi-front attack. Blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol worsen. 4 risk factors at once. Number 1, testosterone when misused, an underestimated danger. Your blood becomes thicker, plaques become unstable, vessels can suddenly block, and that's exactly what makes it so dangerous. The most important point? Many people take multiple medications at once. That's the real risk. Risks don't just add up, they amplify. A painkiller, a cold med, and a stomach protector together create a critical situation for your heart. Why is this so rarely discussed? Find out in the next part. What really protects your heart? Many look for quick fixes, a pill, a shortcut. But the truth is, you don't protect your heart with a pill. You protect it with a system. This system includes balanced nutrition and regular movement. These are not just habits. They are biological instructions for your heart to stay strong. Stable sleep and stress control complete the foundation. Without recovery, even the best medication cannot perform its role effectively. Medications can support your journey, but they never replace the foundation. True cardiovascular health is built from the ground up, every single day. In the next part, we'll discuss the safest way to share this knowledge with your doctor and become an active partner in your care. See you soon. Please understand this clearly. Never stop taking a medication on your own. The goal of this video is not to cause fear, but to build awareness. Take this knowledge to your doctor and speak openly about it. This partnership is the safest way to manage your heart health. An open dialogue is fundamental. In the next part, I want to hear from you. Which of these medications surprised you the most? See you soon. Now it's your turn. I want to hear from you. Which of these 6 numbers surprised you the most? Write just the number in the comments below. And another important thing, which city or country are you watching this from? Sharing this helps us reach more people and spread vital heart health awareness. These simple interactions help ensure this video reaches those who need it most. Your comment or share might literally help save a life. In the next part, I'll reveal the special keyword for my upcoming video on how to actually protect your heart. Stay tuned. The keyword is protection. By typing this in the comments, you show that you are ready to learn how to actively shield your heart. There are proven scientific strategies to defend against the risks we've discussed. Prevention is not a passive act. It is a proactive choice. It is about building a barrier between your health and the cumulative stresses of modern medicine. My name is Dr. Andrew Parker. I am a cardiologist. My mission is to empower you with this knowledge before an emergency occurs. Informed patients make better, healthier decisions, because understanding the why behind your treatment is the first step toward a longer life. In the next part, we'll explore the invisible cumulative effect of daily medications. Don't miss it. Awareness is your most powerful tool. See you in the next part. Let's dive deeper into a topic that is often overlooked: awareness of the cumulative effect. Many believe a pill here and there is meaningless, but your heart doesn't forget. Every substance you take must be processed. If you take cold medicine in the morning and a painkiller in the evening, a chemical burden is created that adds up over days and weeks. Your heart is doing heavy work in the background to compensate for this stress. There is no switch to simply turn off this load. This is why caution is the most important medicine. True heart health begins with the realization that every small decision counts. It's not about fear, it's about taking responsibility for your own body. With every medication, ask yourself, is this short-term benefit worth the long-term stress for my heart? Awareness is the first step toward protection. In the next part, I'll show you heart-friendly alternatives. In der nächsten Folge zeige ich dir herzfreundliche Alternativen, ohne dein Herz zu belasten. Bleib dran! In this masterclass, we have learned much, from the hidden dangers in your medicine cabinet to the vital system that protects you. Now it is time to turn this knowledge into action. Move from being a passive patient to an active decision maker for your health. Your heart deserves this attention. Awareness is the most powerful medicine we possess. Ultimately, you protect your heart with every choice for nutrition, movement, and recovery. This is the true foundation for a long life. My name is Dr. Andrew Parker. It has been an honor to guide you on this journey. My goal is to educate before an emergency happens. Stay vigilant, stay active, and stay healthy. Subscribe to the channel and share this knowledge with those you love. Together, we protect hearts. See you in the next video.